Hey. If we can. Oh, wow, I'm lagging over here. Hey, y'all. I'm lagging on my computer screen. Trying to see it. How's everybody doing? Go ahead and grab your journals, notebooks, whatever you have, whatever you're going to use. Trying to see what this looks like on the screen. I need to move this light over a little bit more. All right, there it goes. I hope all are doing well. Hope you had a good day. Let's see, I'm trying to get this link so I can share it. Y'all know lives are never planned. Some days y'all will get them back to back. Some days you won't. All right. So as I do this, let me know how your day went. Was it great, good, or not so good? And either way it went, did you journal about it? All right, so let's put this in this group right here. Let's go live, and then I can put the link. All right, so I posted that, and we will get started. All right, y'all. Hey, everybody. Okay, so let us get started. Let's kind of review how our day went. I remember yesterday we talked about creating a list. So let me pull that off screen for a second, and then we are going to kind of go over it. All right, that's not it. I almost showed y'all the journal prompts. Next, loading. Hey, Fee. All right, so this was our list right here for the day. And so we wrote the date. Fee, happy anniversary. Did you not get my text? I told you happy anniversary. So we did everything. The only thing I did not get done was the print a shipping label. So that was my top 3 that I was supposed to do. Did not finish that. So we're going to move that to tomorrow. So I'm going to just put the arrow. So once we start writing the tomorrow's list, we know it needs to go there. Create the document. I need to do that tomorrow as well. Download new music. I did that. So y'all, I really got about, let's see, how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of 8 is not bad, right? 6 out of 8 is not bad. Okay, you decluttered your craft space today. How did that go? Because I know that can be a lot. All right. So y'all, we are going to just move this over. I'll probably take this tonight and write some notes down. So I'm going to pull one of the colorful sheets of paper. And then, so for tomorrow's list, I kind of want to make it cutesy. I think that's going to be my list that I look at all day. So I am going to put a doll down. Let me make this up. Hey, how are you? All right, let me start this on this end. All right. Wait a minute, this is not my right. You know how you have. Hold on, yeah. Oh man, One of my sticker books is upstairs, and I'm not going up there. So whatever I'm going to use, it has to be in here. All right. So let's see. You had a long day? Okay, we'll chat tomorrow. I do plan to work in pajamas tomorrow, so I am going to use one of my dolls. And let's see. Oh, and y'all know I love my saying, write your heart out. So Lazy LB has some hearts on her pajamas. And I actually have some pajama pants with hearts. So she is going to be on here. And so what I'm really going to do, y'all, is kind of what a lot of people consider as bujo. And we're going to make this kind of like I said, a creative spread, but it's going to be a checkoff list. So I don't even have to open up my next planner. So this is just going to be the sheet in front of me. And I am going to use some of the stickers off of this as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make us a makeshift planner page. All right, so let me... So if you have your stuff, grab whatever you have, y'all. Whatever's going to keep you organized. So remember, it doesn't have to be cutesy. If you just need to use some words, it's fine. Some days I'm extra, some days I'm not. But tomorrow I'll be extra. All right, so tomorrow's going to be Thursday. I don't even have to write Thursday, right? Because boom, I can pull that off. But we do need to write May. I want to do the date. So tomorrow is going to be May. And I'm going to use my gray. They are, y'all, like, I love the dolls. They're Gold Mine and Coco. All right, so May. Yeah, why does my child try to tip toe down here? This notebook, yeah, I'm country, okay? Don't know if I'm saying it right. Philofax, fax something. If you watch the video today, that's the same way I said it on there. That's what kind of notebook it is. All right. And tomorrow will be the 14th. Yeah, we are almost in next month. This is ridiculous. All right. All right, so, and remember, we said I don't have to write the date because I have it. So we're gonna use one of these strips. So y'all, sometimes when I'm lining stuff up, I do turn it upside down. Just for me, it doesn't even mean that I'm gonna still get it on the line straight, but in my mind, it works for me. That's just what I tell myself. Like I said, even with a line right there, I wasn't necessarily on the line, but that's all that matters. All right, so we have that, and then, oh, y'all know what? I might be able to save my bigger sticker doll because she's on here smaller. So I'm going to put her on back up. That's what we going to do. Going to put her back, and I'm going to use her. See how that worked out? That just made me happy. All right. So we're going to put Thursday. And I just kind of want it to be a little off. I don't want everything to be right up under each other. What do you have, kid? Pineapples? Oh, that's healthy. Great. Thanks. All right, so if y'all been watching me lately, y'all know I have been into plants. My sister introduced me, and I just went down the rabbit hole with her. And so I'm going to put this leaf on here, okay, because it makes me happy. So we're going to put this leaf somewhere on here. I'm going to put it right here. So, y'all, there's this shop. It's called, and excuse when I say this, I ain't cursing at you. I ain't calling you out your name. But it's called Bros with Holes. And it's a plant site, right? And it's these guys in Florida. So if any of you all are familiar with the planter industry, you know how stuff runs out when somebody does a sale, right? So I'm gonna use prime example. I'm gonna talk about Fee. When Fee has a sale, and you kind of have to have your stuff mapped out. You have to be strategic about what you want. And so, like when that clock strikes at midnight or 1 a.m. her time, so she knows I love her because I be up at 1 a.m. like, oh my gosh, gonna be 1 a.m. because I think I'm fake sleepy. But anyway, so y'all know how that happens. And you have to kind of know what you want, be ready to just, double dutch into the cart. Well, this plant site is the exact same way. Hey, Shanita. And so, like I said, it's called Bros with Holes. Y'all, the plants sell out within 15 minutes. Not even really 15. Fast. Like, you got to have Twitter fingers. So I was already versed, right? So my sister was getting her stuff together, and I was like, girl, you got to be on it. You got to be on it. Y'all, like, I had it, got 3 plants. Oh, I can't wait to show y'all when they come. They're so pretty. So I said all that to say, I have gone down a plant hole, a rabbit plant hole. So if you are into plants, you can check it out. It's called Bros with Holes, exactly how you think it's spelled. And they do a weekly release. So Fee, go on and check it out because I'm taking you down that rabbit hole with me. Sure am. And so, yeah, they do a release once a week. And they even have, like, the clock counting down. So when it hits, you literally have to click the button. So that was that. All right, we're going to put our sticker doll down. And so I know a lot of y'all are like, oh, do you need stickers to be productive? No, but stickers make me happy. So if I'm happy, I'm going to be more productive. So in my mind, stickers make me more productive. And why not have a cute little to-do list? Why not? All right, so tomorrow I have a couple of things that I need to take care of. I think we mentioned briefly yesterday, Thursday was going to be one of the days that I work on some of the salon stuff. So I do actually have a call in the morning. Now, when I'm doing a to-do list, I can break it down a couple of ways. If this is gonna just be everything that I look at. If you're working off of a blank sheet of paper, it just all depends on how your mind flows, right? I can just have a running to-do list and scratch it off, or I can break it down into categories. I feel like tomorrow I'm just going to have a list, and then I may use some of these in reference to if there's anything I need to buy. If there's bills, those might be the only things or remember or important. But outside of that, we're just going to have a running to-do list, right? So for sure, I have a conference call at 9 a.m. And then remember, I also mentioned that I did not do that label that I was supposed to do, so I need to create that label. And also on tomorrow, I want to pay up 2 subscriptions. So over the past few weeks, I've mentioned some of the things that I've been doing during the quarantine. I've been getting ahead on payments as well as paying certain subscriptions up, okay? So if you have subscriptions that you like, and let's say they come out quarterly or they come out every month and you just want to go ahead and take care of that because you have it, I would suggest that. For example, Amazon Prime, what's something else that may come out? I have Epidemic Sound. So if you're into Instagram, YouTube, some of those channels where you add music to it and you don't want to get a copy strike, then that's going to be something that you can work on. So I'm going to pay up 2 subscriptions tomorrow. All right, so those are 2 things I have to do. And then I need to film my son for a, so school is over on Friday, but they have one more assignment. So I'm going to film, edit, and so I'm not going to upload it. I'm going to email it to him. So film, edit, email. So his final assignment. So he's already worked on the material that he has to do. And so we'll film it. He doesn't really care to do this stuff, but it helps me with my editing. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine that you don't want to do it, but you're going to do it. So that kind of excites me. So usually he kind of has the attitude, and by the time it's all over, he's like, oh, that was cool. So that's something that we'll do tomorrow. And those are like the main things that I need to do at the top part of the day. And then tomorrow, if you watch the video that I did, hopefully you did. If you didn't, once we get off, you can check it out. I mentioned chores. So we're going to put the word chores down, and then I'm going to break down what I am going to work on tomorrow. So with the chores, I am going to do, I need to vacuum. And I need to wash clothes. All right, and then the bathroom needs to be done, but that's going to be my son's task. And then he also needs to sweep. All right, so those are just some things to start with. So remember, we also talk about if anything else comes up, I'll write that down. But for now, I don't have anything that I need to write on here. In addition to that, because I don't go alone to get alone, we just use what we have and you add as you need to. Of course, I have some Journal Jot and Jive stuff that I'm going to work on. I just don't need it on this page. All right, so I'm going to layer this. That was a blank box. And I am going to put the remember right here. So if there's any notes or anything else that I need to add, that will go right there. And that is how I'll have my day started tomorrow. So the benefits of writing out what you need to do tomorrow is you're not scrambling the next day. I think we talked about that last night. So my list is cute. I know what I have to do, and that's it, y'all. So like this is how people are able to check things off. A lot of times when you feel like you're not getting anything done, it's because you don't have plan. You don't have anything in front of you. I mean, you just doing it by, you're just trying. You winging it, and everybody can't wing it, okay? So if winging it has not worked for you, then you might want to try something different. Now, if you want to add something in this little space because you're like, oh, that space is just, I want something else there, you can do something like, let's add a little box right here. Oh, that line is real quick, and we ain't gonna be able to do that. Hold on. All right, so you may need to motivate yourself a little bit. Oh, I ain't really liking this box, y'all. And I know I tell y'all everything ain't got to be perfect, and it don't. But on this here day, that wasn't gonna work. All right. So we're gonna say daily. All right, and so in your daily inspiration box, maybe you're gonna find a quote that you want to put. I'm looking at my board to see if there's anything that I want to write. There's nothing on this board that I want to write down. So you could, hold on, I think I got. So what I'll do on one part, I'll put daily inspiration. So we know my word of the year is action. So I'm going to put remember to take action on purpose. All right, so that's my note to myself. We have the things that I need to do that are the top things for the day. We also have a little motivation, little thing right here, and then we have remember. So let's say it's something like on Friday you had to go pick something up, or Friday you had to drop something off. You would put that right there. All right, and so that is how I will be starting tomorrow. And so we'll see the difference in what I did before. And then, so we're going to pull this out and I'm going to move it to the front. So this was yesterday. This was a pretty simple little list, nothing major. It was like, okay, I just need something done. And then this was, okay, I want to be a little more playful. This is cute. It's going to make me happy. And if I wanted to, I can put it right in the front. So when I open it up, it's right there. All right, so we did a couple of things. We used some of the things that we liked, and we made sure that we put what is essential in front of us to do tomorrow. We left a space for some notes, and then if we needed to, hold on, y'all. Pull that up. And then if we needed to, you would flip over here, and you can write some more notes on there for tomorrow, okay? So those are things that you can do. You can also, if you wanted to, so let's just say you're going to write some notes and ideas on the back. You keep another sheet of paper. If it's some numbers that you need to write down, anything like that, you would do that, okay? So again, pull out those stickers that you have, y'all. Like, use them. You can buy some more. I'm not going to pretend like I don't be acting real extra when I pull stickers off of a sheet. I do. But I still use them, all right? So you can do that. So even if you said, okay, I don't want to write notes on the back, you're welcome. Even if you said, I don't want to write notes on the back, you can do a journal moment on the back, right? So I'm going to actually set this up like a journal moment. So let's do that. And if you have been rolling with me for a while, one of the things that you know is we do recaps. So instead of a weekly recap, we're going to do a daily recap. So on the back of this, we're just going to set the page up. We're not going to write anything like you can't write what hasn't happened yet. So we're going to do a daily. All right, and so in your daily recaps, as a rule of thumb, to kind of have a gauge, where did my pens go? In your daily recap, you would write what worked, what needs adjusting, and what did not work. Pretty simple. 3 different things. You don't have to be super, super in depth. You can make it a list making type of situation, or you can actually make it a total journal entry. That's totally up to you. All right. So and so I'm going to take this right here. We're going to make this page still cohesive from the other side. And I'm going to put this down here. And so at the end of tomorrow, what I would put right here is going to be all right, so in this box down here, I'm going to write what my win for the day was, okay? So often people will see everything that went wrong. They won't see something that went right. So I challenge each one of you all at the end of the day, like, what is something that I accomplished? What is something that I'm happy about? It does not have to be work related. This could be something self-care related. Maybe you actually sat down and didn't do anything for 15 minutes. You allowed yourself to rest. That would be your win for the day. So on here, we'll do our daily recap. What went well, what needs adjusting, what did not. And then you're going to be like, okay, boom. I'm excited that X, Y, and Z happened, whatever that is. So you want to highlight that moment so that you can, when you reflect and you look back, you can see that things actually went well and you don't just harbor on the negativity. Y'all, negative vibes are very contagious as well as positive vibes. So if you find yourself kind of down all the time or it seems like nothing is going right, you can speak that over your life. So if you find yourself always finding some good out of the day, it will become a habit. Habit, routine, something that you look forward to. So if you haven't tried that yet, just consider it. I used to be the type after a while, I was like, I'm getting on my own nerves. Like, girl, some got to be going good. So that's why I started doing a win for the day. Even when it comes to my therapy sessions, one of the things that she does is what were some of your successes and what were some of your challenges. So she makes me point out both, right? Hey, fine. So what is something that was successful? What was a challenge versus saying, oh, everything just sucks? What was challenging? What was not? So we will add that win. You want to highlight that. And if you need to take that note again on what I said, don't make your win seem like it has to be so magnificent, like so grand. It doesn't. All right. So your girl has her page ready for tomorrow. I got my list to do. And then I have my daily recap. That's it. That is it. And I still have some stickers left. Some stickers left. Now, I could put remember to chill out, you know, because I will say once my momentum gets going, y'all, it takes a minute for me to kind of like relax and like, girl, sit down somewhere. Because I'll keep going and going and going. So if that was something you wanted to put, you could. All right. And so then ouch, that was my elbow. That hurt. So then I'll put this back in here. And so one of the things that I've started doing, y'all, since I have tidied my craft room, everything has a place and it needs to go somewhere. So I put my stuff back up. All right. And so what I'm going to do is look at this and make sure I didn't leave anything off that I had for tomorrow. All right, so tomorrow we had grocery list is needed. That's already done. And chores. Those were the only two things that I had down there. And what did we do? We took that. We put chores. Chores was right here. It wasn't as descriptive. So if you notice this is kind of like boom, boom here. All right. And then over here, it's a little more detailed. So that's how I do that. Hey, Pine. Hey, Joy. So let's just say you have your weekly planner. Open your weekly planner, whatever you have listed, in case you're just like, oh, this is just too much. I don't have enough space for this on my desk. Go ahead and look at what you have scheduled for Thursday. And then this is where you're going to develop this list from. Check your emails. Did you have an email where somebody sent you something that you needed to do? Is there a bill due? You can put your bill on there. I paid my bills today, so there's nothing due tomorrow. Is there anything else you want to do? Oh, I do know something else I need to do. I need to record expenses. So I started doing some of that yesterday. And then I need to go back and record my expenses. So my work expenses go on separate places from my personal expenses. So I need to go in and record the hair expenses and Journal Jot and Jive. So yes, even though I'm not doing hair per se, hey, stuff still has to be paid. So I need to go in and track that. So that'll go there. So I needed to remember that. And then I can break it down a little bit different and add hair by Renee. And Journal Jot and Jive. All right, and so that's it for tomorrow, y'all. Like, I have my stuff together. So this right here will actually go back on the shelf because I don't need it. Told you I was trying to fill those pages in. And then I'll have this tomorrow. You know, I keep a sticky notepad somewhere near me. So if I need to write something on there, I will. Let's just say let's say I paid that subscription and I needed to write down the confirmation number or something like that. I will go ahead and write it. And then I can kind of put that in a notebook. Sometimes I like to, even though we have emails and stuff like that, if I get a confirmation number, a lot of times I'll write it inside of my planner. So if they try to pull some foolery, or if I do a phone call and they're like, oh, this is the reference number to our phone call, do you want to write it down? A lot of people have a tendency to say no. Write those reference numbers down, because if you ever have to backtrack, you have a paper trail, you have a number trail. And utilize your planners, y'all. Like, I know we go through these stages where I don't like it, I don't feel like writing in it. But when it comes to detail type items, those are things that can go in your planner. I've noticed that a lot of people will mimic what they see on pictures, and that's probably not working for you. So you're feeling like, I'm not productive, I'm not getting anything done. Well, you're trying to be a cookie cutter. Okay, we can all get the same planner, but our planner should not look the same on the inside. So I'm gonna say that again. We can all buy the exact same planners, the exact same items, but if everybody's planners look the same, it's just not realistic, because we're not all on the same wavelength. And that's not a negative thing. It's just everybody's you should be in your own lane. Okay, you may be able to learn something from the car next to you, but it doesn't mean that you have to operate and perform like that car. Okay, so start planning, revamping your planning. I mentioned yesterday, before you get back into the work world, whatever was not working, adjust that and change whatever you need to change. So if your planning system needs to change, if the way you take notes, the way that you document stuff needs to change, allow that to change. Okay, if you have questions, utilize some of us that do these lives. You have people that do lives in their groups. We have lives on YouTube. Y'all have access to us to ask questions. And a lot of times y'all don't sit and ask anything. You're sitting there struggling and you got free game. Okay, so if you have questions, when somebody's like, hey, do you have any questions? Ask, because at some point, y'all are gonna end up paying us for it. I'm gonna just tell you, it's a couple of us that got courses on their way. And we know that the content we have is very valuable. So utilize who you have when you can. We give a lot of stuff for free. Free game. All day, every day. You just have to see it, and it has to be for you at that time. All right. So again, if you have sticky notes, paper, whatever you have, use it to get ahead in your journey. So with that being said, does anybody have any questions, thoughts, concerns within reason? Any journal questions that you would like to ask? Anything that you would like to see before I hop on out there? Because I really came on here so I can plan ahead for tomorrow. Oh, excuse me, honey. I was thirsty. I was a little parched. Let's see if I missed any. So my brain dumps are typically weekly. Now, I will do a brain dump periodically that's kind of, let's say if I have a mental overload, I'll do a brain dump. So I kind of call those journal dumps, right? So if it's just like, oh, I just have a lot on my mind and I just don't necessarily feel like doing a journal entry right then and there, I do a brain dump specifically for that. In reference to brain dumps weekly and monthly. So at the top of the month, oh, what do I think I want to do for the month of May? I'm going to put everything out on paper, whether it makes sense or not. And then I'll actually be able to go back and look at that. And then I can break that down each week and say, hey, this is something that I want to do for that week. Yes, I've used acrylic paint on my journal pages. I don't think I have in this one. Hold on, let me take this one off screen and see if I did any in this one. I don't have any in this one, right? I don't know why I thought I did some paint in this one. Maybe not. Acrylic paint is one. Watercolor is another thing that you can use. Cardstock, craft paper, stencils. Shanita, I don't do stickers anymore. I pretty much do journal prompts, and I'll have some other stuff coming out. Stickers is really not like my lane. I pretty much send people to Goldmine and Coco. The only type of stickers that I would do would be like script writing type stickers, and I'm not even doing that right now. So Goldmine and Coco is who I pretty much get my stickers from. So when you see me using those, I do that. Distress ink is very good on pages too. You just want to make sure, like if you're using a thin page, and I don't have any distress ink on me, I actually need to get some more, but if you have a page like this, you just want to make sure you have something in between it so it doesn't warp. Hey Ramona. Yeah, so distress ink is really, really nice. I love that look where you can like take, let's just say you had it in a spray bottle. So distress ink comes in different ways. It can come on a pad, an ink pad. It can come in an alcohol spray bottle, and like you spray it and let the droplets hit the page, and then you write on top of it. It's so pretty. It's definitely pretty. I'm trying to think what else you can add. Coffee filter. So let's just say you brewed some coffee and you dumped all the coffee grains out. You can actually stain your pages with coffee. That's a dope way to write. It kind of gives that aged and distressed look, and you can write on top of that. Cutting the edges of your pages is something that gives it texture. You said you like the warped, wrinkly page look, feel, but it makes your journal thick. Absolutely. My journals are thick. You see this right here? This actually was, I can't even get it how thin it was. It was thin, but I love super thick journals. It just feels so like, it just makes me happy. Awesome, Pine. Thank you, Pine. So yeah, I like thick journals. I used to be like, oh, I don't want it to be so bold, like bulky, but now I live for a thick journal, a thick planner. We call it chunky. So yeah, so those are some things that you can use. And I'm up here looking around me to see what else I have right in front of me that I use. Oh, for those that have silhouettes or crickets and you use vinyl, is it 631? Not the vinyl that goes on shirts, but 631. You can add that in your journal. That's cool. Maybe we'll do that one day on a live. I just need to have it already prepped. You can do that. What did we say? We said stencils. Freehand doodling, right? So let me show you a freehand doodling, because I'm literally almost out of this book, so we can make some stuff happen. Let's see. All right. So let's say you wanted to, you want a background, right? You want a background. Let's work with these. And that's the thing, it don't matter if your doodles look a mess. Don't nobody know but you. No, I keep telling y'all all the time, the only reason y'all see stuff in my book is because I show it, right? So I like kind of just having, I don't even know what you call this, y'all, but like you're just literally gonna just make some different little things, squiggly lines. Oh. All right, so we're gonna take, I feel like I want another color in here. And when you're doing this, allow it to happen naturally and don't force it. Just let the pen flow. You're just going over, under, over, under. All right, so that's two colors. They look a whole lot alike. But if you want, like, let's say you're like, I want a little more. I want something else to stick out for the page. Okay, you can go in with this blue. And with these are the twin tone, the Tombow. Pine and Ginger got me these. Yeah, I love these little things. They're amazing. And then we go in, same thing. You're just going on top. Yeah, perfectionism will keep you stuck. And I know from experience, right? All right, and so let's just say this is your background, right? Y'all know I love the phrase be bold. So let's write be bold. If I can find a bold pen. Okay. So we might not have no real bold pen, but we're going to make it bold as possible. What is a 0.7 soda? Oh, yep, yep. Girl, you know I had to make that turquoise something come in here. Okay, so we're gonna write B. All right, and of course you can date this. Now I probably have warped the side on this, y'all, because I'm heavy-handed. So some pens we don't really get along. But I might go in and say today is, what is today? 13. So it's May. All right. And so we got this May 13th. And what I would do with this, y'all, I would write the whole journal entry on top of this right here. Now, the other part of me, I like little stuff like, you see how you have the little circles and stuff? I would go in and actually shade some of those, and it would end up turning into almost like a coloring project, right? So let's pull out. And again, I'm just working with what's in front of me because all of my 8,000 pens are to my left. But I might go in, sorry y'all, my voice got elevated, I get excited. So I might go in and just shade some of this stuff. And you would just take whatever colors you want. And I'm not shading in for perfection. Because remember, my goal is to write an entire journal entry on top of this. So I might squiggle some stuff like that. I might go around this with some little dots. And then we know I live for a good little border. We might want a little border on here, so it, because remember, I just said we're gonna be bold, right? So we're bold today. Now, here's the thing. When you get some chunky journals, it gets a little tricky. So my line may be straight or it may not. All right, so I really like dash lines, but I don't really, we just gonna do a straight. We're gonna do it straight as possible. All right, so we see that now it looks like the page is popping off. And again, this is where you would go in and do your journal entry. Yeah, they're fun. I need to actually show y'all some other ones. I just, you know how like you kind of get comfortable with some stuff or you just do stuff a lot. Sometimes I just get stuck on a particular border. All right, so you can also, because this page is talking about being bold, you might want things to kind of pop off of the page. In between those lines, you can kind of put a, let's see, I think I do have a bold color. So I might just go in and do something like this. And so you see how that kind of made it pop off the page a little bit. Some people might go around and add an additional layer on the end. You may not. It's just totally up to what you want. So I might do something like this. I might not go around the whole thing. And so I'm literally creating the background before I write on top of this. Yes, the curly loops. I love the curly loops. I'll show y'all that in a second over here. So this is kind of like an idea of a background that y'all can try. Whatever it is that you want to be. Do you want to be bold? Do you want to be quiet for a little bit? Do you want to relax? Kind of put that keyword. What is it that you want to do? And then have your background and then just write on top of it. It's just those little things that make your page pop. And when you start reflecting back on your page, you're like, man, my journal dope, you know? And so what they mentioned was the curly loop. So what the curly loop is, now, the secret to the curly loop. A couple of my friends be like, you get on my nerves. I know you say it's easy, but it's not. You have to relax, right? If you start like this, you're going to stagger and it's not going to work. It's not going to work, right? So let's do, yeah, I like this. Does it tell you the color on here? It don't. Oh, apricot, tomatoes. I like this one. All right, so with the loops, you could do the broad tip, but I would say if you're using a mild liner, start with what they consider the fine tip. Yeah, because you wait until you get a little more comfortable with it before you do the broad tip. All right, and so with the loop, y'all, ease. You almost kind of want to go a little bit fast, right? So you just loop. Okay, so we're going to do this whole thing. You put your pen down. I typically kind of do like a half curve and then I loop around, right? See how I kind of, like, my page kind of got stuck and it almost was a little janky. All right, and then that's your loop. Now, pages like this, I love putting a dot with these. It's something about the loop. I'll typically put a dot with the loop. Let's see if I have one I'm willing to part with on screen. Let's see if we have one. Actually, I am, right? So I'm going to do a backtrack journal entry. I'm not going to date it because I know it occurred in May. But I had a phone call with a couple of my line sisters. So it was really, really cool. So I'm going to put this down. But see, here I go. I'd be like, oh, but I don't want to use the big one. But I'm going to be a big girl. I'm going to be a big girl. I am. All right. And so it's just, like I said, it's something with the curly loop that makes me happy. And yes, I'm having a fit. I am. Where do I want to put this? I'm going to put it in the center, and let me tell you why. Because I like writing around objects. All right. And so what I will normally do is when I'm putting a sticker, yes, honey, I be pulling stickers out for these lives, okay? Y'all understand. Y'all really don't. It's a whole ordeal. Okay, so, I'm random, y'all. I was looking for this pen earlier because I had something to write. So I'm going to write friendship. I just have not figured out what color I want to write it in. We're going to do this purple because I like it. Sharonda, you should have a fit. You saw me, I was like, ooh, yeah, Yeah, I do that off camera, okay? Off camera. All right, so. Did I want to use this pen? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me answer this. Okay, so like I said, I'll be writing about our conversation. And then so I'm going to want this to kind of flow since I decided to use this purple. Yes, y'all. I'm going to get y'all to use y'all stickers. I mean, it's the only way. I got to show y'all how to use it. And so one thing I like doing with my little loops is like every other. So over, under, over, under. And the thing with this too is kind of like moving fast. You really don't move slow with this either. And what you'll learn is when you kind of relax with your journal entries, like just allow yourself to be and have fun, you'll be like, oh, I could have been doing this. And allow yourself to mess up. Because again, don't nobody know but you. Unless you're going around showing the whole world just your book. And I hope you wouldn't. All right, so y'all see how that border pulled together? Yes, Peaches. And that be, look, so that's like my, that's what I tell myself. I'm like, okay, so you didn't use like 4 stickers, so you need like 12 more, right? So that's my thought process. Okay, that's what I tell myself. So again, this will be the journal entry. So like I said, I'm not going to necessarily put the exact date that we talked, but I could put May 2020, 2020, right? Ain't that where we are? So we can do May. All right, and so have like the month and the year in the corner, and then friendship vibes. So we know I'll be talking about that conversation. Then, like I said, over here we have bold. Now, you may say, well, I don't want to necessarily do the exact same thing, but I know I'm going to use both pages up. How can I make this page cohesive? You would make this page cohesive by pulling one of these colors. I'm going to pull this purple. And I'm going to just pull that line. And then if you kind of want it to still look a little bit different, I'm going to just go and do, because remember we did the slants up here. I'm going to do the slants over here. And then we're going to find the black marker. So again, your pages don't have to be matchy-matchy. That ain't my thing. I don't really like I like things to build and blend together, but I don't necessarily like them to look the exact same. And it just add, you know, it makes for drama, a little drama in your journal without being real drama. You can be dramatic with your art. Right, so put that in there. Yeah, where the heck is this black mark? There you go. And again, I literally do this spinning around even off screen. So don't think like I'm doing this to be, you know, all dramatic and extra as far as that. I do spin when I'm doing that. So we then have our page. It's cohesive. We can go in and write how you want to. You can probably write in all black over here. If you wanted to pull and do a different color right there, you could. And again, this is how you make your journal flow. I just think it adds a different element. I have had people come back later and say, you know, I never thought to journal like this. I now journal more than I've ever journaled in my entire life. And that's the goal, y'all. The goal is for you to get things out of your head. Get your dreams out on paper, your ideas. If you mad at somebody, cut them out in your journal, okay? Before you call or before you post on social media, like, let this be your keyboard. But you just writing. Okay, so write that. I always tell people, write how you feel. Address the person you mad at. If you ain't bold enough to call them personally or inbox them personally, inbox them in your journal. Okay, you can even write inbox too. Write how you feel. All right, do that before you make any steps. If you're mad in your relationship, go off in your journal first before you say stuff, because you got to realize a lot of things you cannot take back. You can't take words back. I remember when we were little, and they'll be like, sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words will never hurt you. Yeah, that ain't true. And I'll say this. Guys, do not forget anything. And you know, women, we can fly off at the handle and we can cut deep. Okay? Guys, don't forget. Women, we have a tendency to be resilient. We bounce back. You know, we might be mad for a little bit, but we get over it. But a lot of stuff, a lot of people have turmoil going on just because of their mouth. All right. So say what you need in your journal. Role play in your journal. Do what you must. Also have fun in your journal. Write your visions out. Like, oh, I'm getting this car. If you say you're going to get a car, what does that car look like? Imagine driving it. Write short stories. If you say you want to write a book. If you don't have a journal, but you want to write a book, you're not an author. You're not ready. I guarantee you over 95% of authors have a journal. And a lot of their material they were able to pull from their writings or their ideas from their journal, okay? So that was our nightly recap, guys. So we did a little planning. We did a little journaling, because guess what? You can do both. you can do both. You can be in the best of both worlds, okay? My lane, yes, I know how to plan, but I will make your journal journey something you've never seen before. Trust me, okay? So if you are into journaling, thanks for riding along. If you are interested in getting into journaling, I'm gonna go ahead and put my website in the chat box. Go over there and check it out. I provide journal prompts. Y'all know I can't do two things at once sometimes. Hold on. There are journal prompts on there. If you need a topic area, that's where you'll find it. And my journal prompts are descriptive, okay? So when you see the price and you like, ooh, she charging that? I am. And everybody that has gotten them, they come back and they like, ooh, girl, I ain't really understand that you was really gonna go this deep. All right. So that is that. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you meditate. Make sure you get the words out on paper. Plan for tomorrow. Allow the day to be productive. It'll be amazing. Thank you. Hey, Sora. Thank you so much. So I enjoyed y'all tonight. Like I said, if you didn't watch the video from earlier today, go check that out. If you're interested in how I plan, you can kind of see it unfold. When I showed you the Erin Condren planner, you can see how I did that page. And that will be that. And I will catch y'all on the next one. I am about to curl up and read a book. And then I'm going to probably scroll and mind other folks' business. And then I'm going to go to bed. All right. So I will chat with y'all later.